it's Shawnee. Welcome back. I just finished giving a presentation on trauma-informed care, and I figured a good way to decompress was to talk about our weekly roundup. And that is where I take a look back over the week and I rank all of the palettes that I used from least liked to most liked. I like all of them. I just like some better than others. Now, the twist this week is that I did all like build your own palettes, and I did that using my single eyeshadows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture here or something so you can go along with me as I identify the palettes that I created and I tell you a little bit about the shades. So we've got 5 palettes, so we've got 5 slots. Let's go ahead and start with number 5. So number 5 is a palette that I will call Royal, and it is made up of shades from several brands. The first shade is from Copacetic Cosmetics, and it is called Conch. And the next shade is from Shine by SD, and it is called Forever. Following that, we've got Pretties for Your Face, and that is called Scorched. And lastly, we gotta round it up with some Sydney Grace with the shade Pandora. I really liked this palette. It was sparkly and pretty. I loved all the shimmers. What I will say is that the flakies were messy, as they are wont to be. Like, the flakies are gonna give you some flakage, and so not the types of shades that you want to use if you're like on the go and you're trying to be really quick, because you've got to spend some time with the flakies to really get the look that you want to. Coming in at number 4, let's call this one Green Machine. Again, we've got a combination of brands. The first shade is from the lovely Sydney Grace, and it is called Green Mist. Right next to that is the shade Vortex from Cleona Cosmetics. Then we're going to hop on down to the shade Peachy Keen from JD Glow, who I don't really support anymore. And then lastly, we've got some more Pretties for Your Face with the shade Explosive. Now, I really like this one. I got a lot of compliments on it because it was just like really pretty. And it was sort of like this seafoam green blue look that I really enjoyed. Number 3, we are going to call Lovely Lemon Lime. And this one is made up mostly of Sydney Grace, but we do have one shade from Copacetic Cosmetics, and that is the shade Daisy. Then we've got 3 Sydney Grace shades. We have Lemonade, Bravo, and Rainforest. I really like this one. I was feeling myself in this look. It was bright, it was bold, it was cute, it was Friday. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I wore a cute, very comfortable romper with some fuzzy slippers for a work from home day. Now, number 2 was the day that I did my makeup at work, and we'll call this palette Fall Vibes. I know we're not in the fall right now, but whatevs, okay? So this one, again, made up of a mix of brands. The first shade is Wildfire from Cleona. This is actually one of my favorite shades. I just love it so much. Right next to that, we've got a shade from Terra Moons. I think that's the only Terra Moon shade that I used this week, and that shade is Bonfire. We do have some JD Glow. Again, not really buying from them, but the shade that I used is Autumn. And then lastly, gotta have me some Sydney Grace, and the shade that I used there is Harvest. Now, this was bright and sunny, and it was just like mesmerizing, and my eyes just looked so good. It was a really nice look. Now, coming in at number 1 is the palette we will call On Wednesdays. Why? Because on Wednesdays, we wear pink. This was a pink fantasy, and it had several brands. Again, the first is from Cleona, or I'm sorry, No. The first is from Copacetic Cosmetics, and it is called Candy Kisses. Right next to that is the Cleona shade Pink Sugar. Again, I was giving JD Glow some love, even though they don't really deserve it, and the shade that I use there is AKA, and of course, could not go on without a Sydney Grace shade, and the shade I used is Lolly. This was all my pink fantasies rolled right into one, and I really enjoyed the look. It made me happy. I got compliments from clients, and that's always a really nice thing to experience. So, those were the palettes that I created and used over this past week, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Now, I'll probably go back to my already pre-made by real actual businesses and professional folk palettes for this next week, but I think I will do another week of focusing just on my singles because this was really fun, and it was fun to just put things together and play around with different colors. So let me know what you have been wearing this past week. I think that's it. I do hope that some of this was helpful, and I hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Make sure to like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.